friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a highly requested video, and it is something you guys have been asking about here and there, but recently so many of you are like, we want to see your eyeshadow collection. So I'm going to be going through predominantly the palettes that I have and some singles that I have that I think kind of incorporate to make their own palette. So let's just dive in. If you are new to my channel, I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below to see all of the fun, loud, weird, unique videos I put out every single week. The first brand I thought I would start with is Colourpop. You guys hear me talk about them all the time, so I was gonna go through the palettes that I have. One of the first ones I have here is the Colourpop You Had Me at Hello palette. This palette is so gorgeous. I love that it has a mirror for travel, but these warm shades are amazing. And I got this in the fall thinking that that was gonna be like mostly the time I'd reach for this. I can now tell you I am reaching for this spring. I love these warm shades for like the crease, these shimmers for inner corners, these rust shades for like that bronzed goddess look. Oh, I'm loving it. This palette is so amazing, and I know some of you got this recently and you were telling me about it. So yes, I do have this palette, and I did hear the conspiracy theories, and it has been confirmed that this originally was potentially going to be a collab with Kathleen Lights. And mine does have a sticker here. Apparently when you pull it off, it says Kathleen Lights. That's how this was kind of discovered. I've not ever like tried to pull this off, but I'm pretty sure it is that version because this is a sticker. There's apparently just some like changing up in the factory or whatever. This ended up not being a collab with Kathleen Lights, so they changed it to the You Had Me at Hello palette. I really love this. The next palette I have, some of you got with the latest Boxycharm that we had, and this is the Element of Surprise from Colourpop. This one does not have a mirror. I kind of wish it did. But what drew me to this, yes, it has some beautiful warm shades, but the pops of color in this and like the duochrome shades really spoke to me right around my birthday, and my husband got this for me as a birthday present. I think these are so smooth, so buttery. I don't think you can go wrong with the Colourpop. Oh, the lighting is changing outside. Bear with me, ladies, bear with me. I think these are super smooth, super blendable. I don't think you can go wrong with a Colourpop palette. I think if you are either new to makeup or a pro at makeup, this formula helps make your eye looks pop. It helps make it look so beautiful no matter what level of artistry you're at. I love this palette, and I think it is super versatile. I recently spoke about this next palette because I'm super excited to use this. I got this kind of over the winter, so bringing this out for summer is so exciting. This is cute AF. It's actually called Yes Please from Colourpop. Again, kind of wish it had a mirror for travel, but look at these shades. Just look at them. This screams spring and summer to me, especially summer. I mean, it has these beautiful orange hues, these rust hues. The yellow pops are huge this year. Along with some of the like burnt orange corally shades, I'm like, can't get enough of them. Again, the formulas on these are so consistent, and that's what I really appreciate about Colourpop, because there's so many other bigger brands that you hear about that you're like, oh, I love this palette, but their other palette that they just came out with wasn't the same. I just don't like inconsistencies. I like to have something I can trust. This is beautiful, and I love it so much. This palette I recently got in my Boxycharm, and this is the Semiprecious palette. I knew that I could potentially get a palette that was all shimmers, and I'm not mad at this. I think this is beautiful. I have reached for this with just using my fingertips. I have used this with a brush. I think this is gorgeous, and I think you can play this kind of palette up any time of year because there are warm shades, cool shades, and then you can just kind of like summertime, reach for maybe the bronze goddess looks. The deeper, richer shades you could wear in fall if you needed to classify them, but I think they're beautiful. I found this formula to be just as consistent as the other palettes, and I know it's all shimmer, so everybody was kind of like, oh, I don't know. And some of them may be better than others. Like, I've not tried the Golden State of Mind palette. I heard that one's just okay, but I don't know if I have a collector's mindset with Colourpop, but I do have a fan base mindset where I just think almost everything they put out is amazing, and I still like this palette too, even though this is the newest one to my collection. Some of you I know are looking for this particular segment of this video, and it is all of the Boxycharm palettes that I still have, that I still use, and that I still love. Let's dive into these because they are excessive. I got a lot. First things first, let's talk about the Pure Soiree Diaries palette. I still love this for travel. Look at that mirror. I mean, you could sit there in a hotel room, getting your ish together on the bed if you had to, And I love these shadows. I think these are amazing shadows. They blend really well, they're smooth, and you can kind of use them any time of the year. I think they're amazing. Love it. I still have in my collection the Pure Boxycharm Collab. I'm still trying to maybe use this a bit more this summer. I don't know how long this is gonna stay in my collection, to be honest, because as you're gonna see, my collection is a bit much, but I'm still playing with this, so it's still in my collection. Tarte, this was the palette that made so many people join Boxycharm because they were like, there's a subscription box out there that gives them Tarte? What? True story. I still have this in my collection. I like to use this with my fingers mostly, and if I'm going for more one of those natural looks. Clearly that's not the look I'm doing today, but I do that sometimes, especially in the summer. So I'm still hanging on to this through the summer to see how much I reach for it. I have two of these sweet little babies, but they're two different kinds. These are the Studio Makeup on the Go palettes. If you've gone through some of my videos, you may have seen me talk about these before. I think they are amazing quality. There's a bit of pickup in them, but I don't care because they're that great. This is the warm-up palette. This palette I took with me on my honeymoon. I could just do a daytime look, or I could do a smoky nighttime look. I could do a beautiful golden rusted look. I love these so much. It really has come to play for me, and it's still lasted really well. The other palette is the Cool Down palette. These have more of those beautiful like gray and purple hues to them. I generally like this a lot in the spring and the fall. In the summertime, I tend to either reach for neutrals or bold pops of color. But some of these could definitely be, oh, these beautiful shimmers. I mean, I always forget until I touch them how amazing they are. I love these, and this is not going anywhere. Love, love, love. Winky Lux. I still have this Winky Lux palette. Even though I don't always reach for it, it has some beautiful pieces to it. This gold, it's so buttery. Just touching it, it just makes you go, ooh, ooh. Also this duochrome shade over here. It is very special because it has some unique pieces that I don't have in the rest of my collection. So this is definitely still in my big party over here. Glam Metals. These are beautiful. Look at that mirror. So stupid. Like, that's not showing anybody anything. I can't see my eyes in that. But the shadows are beautiful. They blend really well. They're super creamy, super buttery. I think these are fantastic. And they really come to play on the eyes. You can get a little muddy with these if you go too crazy. So I think the best tip is to kind of like pick one or two shades that complement each other and use that. Maybe toss in a matte shade from something else and you're good to go. So this is still in my collection. This was in my faves and fails last year and definitely one of my faves, and this is the Blink Electric Eyes palette. I know some of you have either said you adore this palette and you still love it as well, or you decluttered it and you kind of wish you would have given it a second chance. I know what you mean. I've had makeup regrets too. But this one is something that I have already reached for several times this spring. These are so creamy. These feel like, I don't even know, like these almost just feel like liquid to me still. And I've had this for about a year now. I like love to use these with my fingers. Brushes do okay with this, but this is the palette that really taught me you need to use your fingers with some of these amazing, more shimmery, liquidy eyeshadows. Adore it. The mirror kind of sucks because, I mean, I guess just for eyes it's okay, but love it. IBY Beauty. This is a little tiny trio that I thought for sure I'd forget about, and occasionally I do. But this is the Three's Company palette, where it has one poppin' highlight shade, one of those shimmery, golden, rust-looking shimmer shadows over here in the middle, and then there's a nice light chocolate brown matte shade. I have taken this on vacation to literally just have a basic eye look when I was kind of gonna be hitting up the beach more or just kind of running around during my day. I don't need something that's too over dramatic. This is a great neutral eye if you're just on the run go, and you can pop it in your purse if you need to as well. Naked Cosmetics. You've come into my life several times thanks to Boxycharm, and I still love this little trio. Really no name to it other than just the Naked Cosmetics trio. It has three very vibrant, very bold shades that require very minimal layering. Like you could do one sweep of your brush with one of these bold shades and you're good to go. I think this really confused people at first when it came out because it wasn't a whole like collection of things you could put together. Obviously. They're more like standalones in one palette. I have kept this because I have used one of these shades every season, mixed and matched. Love them so much. And the quality I have compared to the Jaclyn Hill palette. That's how good they are. Just saying. Those are all of the palettes that I have from Boxycharm. Don't forget, the Semiprecious palette also came from Boxycharm, but I put that in the Colourpop collection because, you know, that's their family. They're family. Now I'm going to be talking about some of the other things in my next drawer. I have a nice little Tarte palette here, and this is the Leave Your Mark palette that I got from my very good friend, the Regular Girl Reviews. This is a beautiful palette that I am so excited to dip into this summer for those summery wet goddess looks. Do you kind of know what I mean? It's those looks where you feel like, did she come from the pool? Did she come from the beach? Or is she going to the grocery store? No one really knows because it's this kind of look. I'm really excited for this. It's got some beautiful shimmers, a nice little highlight, and it's so easy to travel with. Hi, how you doing, Mirror? I love when things are all inclusive like that. This was a sweet gift right when I started my channel. I did a big swap. Well, it wasn't supposed to be a big swap, but it turned out to be a big swap with my friend from SamBam89. This is my first MAC palette. I had never tried MAC cosmetics, and she was a MAC girl through and through, and she wanted me to try their shadows. So she kind of went overboard and a little extra, and she got me this little palette along with many other things. But this is something that I've kept in my collection because it really is good, and it's got a lot of versatile looks to it. Even though there's only 9 shades here, it's quality. Now I gotta go down into the next drawer, which is the big palette drawer, so bear with me. All right, let's just do this one because it's literally the biggest palette that I own, and so many of you said I'm intentionally not getting that because it's fucking massive, and it is massive. The Jaclyn Hill palette. It is throwing off my white balance just as much as the sunlight is because it's that big. It's pretty much a reflector. Ooh, I should use this for photos. How you doing? This baby's huge. She just is. 1, still wish it had a mirror. 2, still wish it had a matte cream shade for my looks. Still do. Those are the 2 major things that I have a qualm about with this palette. And its size. Its size is actually, like I said, it's bigger than my head, and I have a big head, and today I have a pump up here too. Look at this pump. Yeah. But it's very inclusive. It's got a lot to it that I love, and I find myself reaching for this not only because of the variety, but because of the quality. And for those of you that have been with my channel for a while, this was in my anti-haul. I didn't plan to get this. And then so many of you guys out there were like, Nichole, swallow your pride, go out of your box just because it's that limited release thing where they were saying it was out of stock and then it was really in stock the next day and all the other things that go along with YouTube collabs. Get over it and get it because it's amazing. And you guys are smart. I listen to you all the time. This is a really great palette. It's blendable, it's affordable, it's got a lot of variety to it, and I don't find myself disappointed with a single shadow on here. It's kind of obnoxious, Jaclyn, because it's that good. But I understand why you don't want it when it's this big, because it really is like either on the bottom part of this drawer or it's got to be on the top of this drawer. There is no like putting anything next to it. And it gets dirty. Definitely looks dirty. Again, messing up with my white balance. Ooh, yeah, look at that. The next biggest palette that I have in my collection is actually, what is this called? An Altair, and I don't know how to say this, Altair, and it's something I got off Amazon to hold all of my singles. It has a nice big mirror to it. I didn't want to get a Z palette. Apparently there's some kind of drama going on with Z palettes. I don't try to get too much into drama, but I wanted something that was quality and would hold a lot of shadows. When I first started with Boxycharm, a lot of these came from Boxycharm because they like to give us little singles to try different brands as they were growing as a company. They started collabing with Makeup Geek a little bit. I have a couple other things in here that I'm not even sure where they came from because there's no names on the back. That's the thing about branding. If you don't put your name on the back, how's anyone going to know who you are? This one, why don't you have a name? Why don't I know who you're from? I can't reorder this. Come on. This is a bunch of single shadows that I've got. These down here are from Buxom. These here are from my Colourpop collection. I've got banana powders in here. Makeup Geek is in here. It's a nice little hodgepodge of things if I want to travel with it. This little baby was something that like kind of started my palette collection, probably like a lot of you. I asked for this for Christmas years and years ago because I was like, $54, I can't afford that for eyeshadow, Dad. And he got it for me. This is the Naked 3 palette. I've talked about this recently. It's something I want to use more because I haven't touched it in so long, but the shadows are really quality and I did hit pan on them. This is just one of those OGs of YouTube that you all learned about from, or most of us learned about the palettes from, and it was so coveted. So this is absolutely still in my collection, and I'm kind of making it my mission to use it just a little bit more this summer. I got these last summer, and these were my first Lorac palettes. I have the Lorac Pro 3 and the 2. I don't have the 1. That one was kind of dark and cool toned and it didn't speak to me too much. But I got the two last, like, summerish, fallish, because I liked this green color shade. I like some of these rosé shades with the beige, and I was gonna like do pops of color with the blue and the purple and all that stuff. So far, I've been really pleased with the quality, and it seems to be doing really great. So that's when I was like, oh, well then I need to go find its kid sister, the number 3 palette. First of all, I love how these feel. They feel super solid and a little luxury as well. This palette is so beautiful. What I really, really love, and I think I reached for this one more than the other one for sure, I love that these shades are very springy. They're very summery, and I kind of gravitate to that look most times of the year, even when it's frickin' freezing. These really showed me what a nice high quality palette could be. It's so blendable. It's a great no makeup palette if you're looking for that, and there's plenty of times I think we all want to go to the grocery store with just a little something on. I really still like this palette. The last two palettes that I'm going to kind of get into, because these are all of the bigger palettes that I have. They're not like the smaller individual things I've got. They are both BH Cosmetics, and I've said recently I think I'm going to be investing in another BH Cosmetics palette soon because they've got amazing qualities. This was the first one I ever bought. This is the Galaxy Chic palette, and it's been out for a while. I got it on Amazon, look at that mirror, for like $12.99 or something crazy. And these shades are super duper pigmented. I still rave about this palette. I understand that they're kind of bold for a lot of people and it's not very bougie, but look at these swatches just on these fingertips. Like, amazing. I loved the orange shades last summer. Oh, the Jupiter shade. I've definitely reached into this for a few of my quick tutorials that I've done for you guys. I love BH Cosmetics. It's affordable and it's really good quality, and they last a long time on my eyes. And I have big ass eyes. Because of this palette, I started exploring them more, and I got this palette. This is the Modern Mattes 28 eyeshadow palette, and I got mattes because all these are shimmers. So I was like, what a nice marriage. I reached for this a ton last summer, but I don't think I reached for it enough over the fall. So I need to keep this in mind. It's just kind of a big palette, so it easily kind of gets put underneath other things. I know it says plastic, but I feel like this makes it more Nichole in like eye drop things. So it kind of makes it a little bit more like Nichole indestructible, because if you're just giving me cardboard, I could hurt that. I could probably break some shadows, but this I feel like it's a little bit more child-proof. That's kind of what I need. I just do. I've used this in a lot of bold tutorials here, or I've just used it for just some nice mattes. And I didn't always gravitate to matte shades like this or like a whole palette full, but this one kind of changed my mind. And there's, you know, I've told you recently, there's a lot of BH Cosmetics products out there that I need to do more investigating on and more palettes because they're great quality and they cheap. They help a bitch on a budget. You know that's what I am. Guys, this is just like the majority of what my eyeshadow palettes look like. There's little pockets here and there of some other things, but these are the big guys. So I hope this helped you guys, because I know you all said you wanted to see this. I hope you enjoyed it. And do you want to see more of my collection in depth like this? More like lippies, I don't know, bronzers, all that? You just let me know in the comments below. Kind of let me know what you're kind of wanting to see from me this summer as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you are new to my channel, I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below to see all of the fun, loud, weird, unique videos I put out every single week. Bye friends!